Welcome, I'm Cassandra, and this is your general forecast for November 2018. This is for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. So I'd like to take a moment to say happy birthday to all my Scorpio suns. And if I've already missed your birthday, happy belated birthday. And either way, just in general, happy birthday. I really hope you guys have an amazing birthday. And, an amazing birthday month in general. Okay, without further ado, let's jump in. Okay, so for the first card, this is Scorpio Sun, Scorpio Moon, and Scorpio Risings. We have the Two of Swords. So it looks like we have a decision to make. So some of you could be at a point of indecision and you're trying to make a choice. Which should I choose? Which way should I go? What path should I take? Now it looks like this decision has come due to something being brought out. Something was exposed. This could be something simple. This could be us finding out about a job opportunity. This could be, finding out about a deception that got revealed. So, this could be many different things, but it looks like, some sort of truth has made its way to us. And so now we have a decision that we have to make based off of that. So the best thing I can advise is to definitely take your time with this choice, and you want to use good reasoning, logic. This is the Moon and Libra card, so like Libra, we need to weigh things out. We need to weigh the pros and the cons of each decision, each path, each opportunity, whatever this is that you're having to make a choice about. Let's weigh the pros and the cons of each thing. And this can help us to come to a decision, especially if you feel really stuck in the indecision. So maybe some of you might, grab a piece of paper and a pen and start writing out the pros and the cons of each decision. And, it's pretty easy from there by looking. We want to look at the pros. Which one has more pros? Okay, so for the circumstances, we have the Seven of Coins. So I love this card. This is a card of a harvest coming in. So this is very much a card where we have put a lot of our time, a lot of our energy, a lot of our work into some sort of investment. This could be an emotional investment. This could also be a financial investment. For some of you, you could just be focused on, your finances and improving them. And when am I going to get money? So, it's different for everyone, so for some of you, you might be focused upon love, and some of you, you're definitely focused on your coins and when are they coming, But this is a card of harvest. So this is definitely a card of, you reap what you sow. And we have to, replant. So when we do the replanting, we need to be sowing seeds that are good seeds. That way, on our next harvest, it's even better. So let's always sow those good seeds, the positive ones. And, we have to make sure that we're tending to our crops, so to speak. So whatever this investment is for you, make sure you nurture it. Make sure you take care of it. Okay, so this would be the focus. So this is like the focus of the entire reading. So we have the Six of Swords in the reversed position. Now, this is definitely indicating that there was some sort of situation where there could have been a loss. This could have been a family loss. This could have been a personal loss. This could have been a financial loss. There is some sort of situation where there is sadness and or a loss, and we need to move away from that situation so that we can find our peace. And some of you might be feeling really stuck. Some of you may feel stuck in a negative situation, and maybe you feel like there's no way out, or you just can't see a way out. There's always a way out. Always. Now, this is a card that is very much of the mental realm. So the trick here is we need to make peace with our situation and what we lost or what we're disappointed about, what didn't work out. Let's make peace with it within our mind. And once we make peace with it within our mind, this is when you will start seeing all these obstacles start removing themselves. And then we'll be able to move forward. Now, the clarification cards, I got 2 cards. I got the Star. So this is definitely indicating that some of you could be feeling pretty hopeless about a situation. Maybe there was something that you wanted to work out. Maybe this was a job. Maybe for some of you this was a relationship. It could have been a romantic relationship. It could have been a platonic relationship. You know, maybe this was about a creative endeavor. You know, this could be many different things. For some of you, you know, this will be for just a few of you. This could be health related, because there is very much a possibility of some anxiety and or depression that could be coming up here, especially between these two. Now, that's not going to resonate with all of you, and it's not supposed to, but for those people that it resonates with, they will get their message. Now, this is a card where we are losing hope. We're feeling like the situation is hopeless. Perhaps we were inspired and then suddenly we were no longer inspired. Perhaps some of you have some creative abilities and you're not utilizing them. Maybe you're trying to deny them. Maybe some of you don't even realize you have them. But overall, the general feeling that I'm getting is that some of you feel like you are stuck in a hopeless situation, okay? Now, ultimately, you can't just give up. You can't just say, okay, this is what it is. You know, let me just sit here and deal with it because this is how it's going to be. No, that's not the approach to take. That's not the way to handle it. So don't lose hope, okay? Because things can change and things will change, okay? They're going to change. But I need you guys to hang on. Now, for some of you, okay, now this is just going to be for a very small handful of you guys. But for a few of you, I do feel that some of you could be stuck in a very negative situation. And it could be with someone that could be in a position of authority. They don't have to be. So this could have taken place within work. For some of you, this is something that could be taking place within the home life. This could be a male, could be a father type figure, or a male in general. Doesn't have to necessarily be a male. It's just more times than not, I tend to associate this as the father card and or older male, a person in authority. Now, for these few people, this could be indicating that you could be stuck in this toxic situation, okay? You may be feeling hope, feeling like there's no way out, feeling completely stuck. And this could be someone who could be potentially, for lack of better words, mentally, emotionally abusive, maybe. That's going to resonate with a few of you. It's not meant to resonate with all of you. Now, for the rest of you, this could be indicating that you might be dealing with someone who could be a bit immature, especially when it comes to dealing with people in authority. Sometimes the immaturity can come out because someone is fearing losing power. Now, something I must mention, don't shoot the messenger, but, this can go either way. You could either be dealing with someone like this, or it could be you that's behaving like this, and it's just adding to the problems and making you feel more hopeless. Now, again, that's not going to resonate with all of you. But most of all, when we see this card in the reverse, this is our card where we need to get our things together. We need to take control of our life. But in the reverse, it's like everything's slipping away. We fear losing that control. Or this could be someone in your life that could be a bit controlling, and perhaps maybe you're having a hard time seeing your way out of a certain situation where you feel like someone could be a bit dictatorial and they might be acting a bit immature about how they are handling things. This could be someone who is, just being very impulsive in the way they speak. So not the greatest things can come out, especially when we don't stop to think before we speak. But yeah, so this is definitely either someone that you're dealing with, or it could be your own behavior that could be getting the better of you. But I'm feeling that for the majority of you, that this is an outside circumstance that is just feeding into all of this. And I don't want you guys to lose your hope, because you can get away from this person and you will get out of this situation. And again, this could be a personal situation, this could be a family situation, this could be a work situation. This could be a friendship situation. This could be many different types of situations, but you'll know where it fits for you. But ultimately, it's like we're feeling stuck in a situation with no way out, but there is a way out. And like I said, the way out is whatever that loss or disappointment was, and where we're feeling stuck, we need to make peace with it in our mind. Because when we make peace with it in our mind, then we can move forward. All those things, all those outside, circumstances outside of ourselves that have been blocking us, and for some of you, this could very much be someone who is very domineering, maybe even someone who's being a bit manipulative. You can get away from them. All power comes from within, and therefore it is under our control. And we can very much get away from this situation or this person. Just do your best to have hope, because you're going to get out of the situation. And for the few of you that could be behaving this way and feeding into your own situation, which could be making it harder to get out of, we cannot control anything but ourselves and our own reactions, okay? So that's really the best advice I can give you, is you don't want to try to control everything and everyone and every situation, because the only thing we can truly ever have control over is ourselves, our behavior, our reactions. That's just the facts. Okay, so for the recent past, we have the Six of Coins in the reverse position. So this is definitely, this is what I refer to as the card of charity, but in the reverse position, it's like we may be given an opportunity, an offer of help, but it's like there could be strings attached. Sometimes it could be an offer of some sort of help, but it's like not as much as we need. So that can be super frustrating. This can also indicate that there could have been an estate, a will, or a pension of some sort that could have been distributed in an unethical manner. This could also indicate that perhaps maybe you might have been waiting on a bonus, from work, or, from whatever. You could have been waiting on money. Maybe it was delayed. Maybe it wasn't near as much as you thought it was going to be. Either way, that can be super frustrating. Now, this is the present, the here and the now. So we have the Magician in the reversed position. So this can mean many different things, and this is about the present, the here and the now. So you'll know which scenario fits your situation, okay? Now, this card can indicate an improper use of personal power. So for some of you, this could indicate that perhaps maybe we're being overly emotional because we're out of balance, and we're being super impatient, and maybe we are using our own skills, our own abilities, or even our own personal power improperly. This can indicate manipulation. So, yeah, be careful if you guys are trying to manipulate a situation. Now, that's not going to resonate with all of you. It's not supposed to. But the message will be delivered to the right recipient, so to speak. So, now, this could also indicate that perhaps maybe you have a set of skills and abilities, and maybe you haven't discovered them yet. Maybe you know what they are, and maybe you're just not utilizing them the proper way. For some of you, this could indicate someone that could be in your life. Maybe someone has made an offer, and maybe they want a decision quick. But I'm going to say be careful. Because when I see the Magician in the reverse, this can sometimes indicate someone who is not telling the whole truth and nothing but. Sometimes this is a card of deceit when it's in the reverse. It can be a card of self-deceit, but it can also be a card of deceit from someone else. This could be the con artist, the trickster. So we have to be careful of that type of energy. But again, this can also be a card about our own abilities. And, perhaps maybe you have some sort of plan. And maybe things are, being delayed and not coming together. And this would be because there is something else that we need to deal with. The timing, so to speak, is not right. And it's like there's something else that we need to deal with. And perhaps maybe our judgment is being clouded by impatience. Perhaps our judgment could be clouded due to being emotionally out of balance. See, when we take a step back and we look at things with a fresh perspective, then we can actually see things through a completely different set of eyes sometimes. So, and sometimes that's the very thing that we need, is to take that step back so that we can look at things and be objective, and then we can see, okay, this is what I need to do to get my plan moving the right way. Now, for those of you that are interested in the relationship part of things, this could definitely indicate that one of the partners could be you, could be the other person. But this would definitely indicate that one of the partners is definitely toxic. And there would definitely be the potential for lying, deceit, and manipulation. And so that definitely does not set a relationship up the way that we want it. But ultimately, we have got to bring ourselves back into balance, because when fear is in the driving seat, it never ends well. So, we really need to slow down. I understand sometimes we want to get things done. We're tired of waiting on something, to come together. And it's like, I just want to get it moving now, and we need to be patient, though. And what most people don't do is slow down, and we need to. Because if we're constantly rushing around, we can actually miss out on some really good opportunities and possibilities. But we're not going to see them if we're running around constantly trying to get everything done now. So, and some of you, I feel that there's a few of you that could be a bit hard on yourselves. Maybe some of you are getting truly impatient with yourself on figuring out what your set of skills could be. But being hard on yourself is not going to help. Okay, we're going to move forward. Okay, so for the near future, we have the Wheel of Fortune. So this is a very good card. This is a card of showing that things are going to move in our favor. So things will become easier. Now, it's also very much a card that indicates, that things are definitely faded, okay? So it's like these situations are faded, but each person is on their own journey, their own path. So how you handle it is completely unique and personal to you. But the biggest thing here is that things are going to move in our favor. So things will become easier. The contacts that we need that are, perhaps maybe we're trying to make them, well, they'll come through, okay? Now, yeah, I don't like this card. So this could definitely be, okay, on the relationship end of things. Not every Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising is in a relationship nor wants to be. So, but for those who are in a relationship or who wants to be, perhaps this could be with the Sagittarius or even a Capricorn. Doesn't have to be, but that'll resonate with some. Now, with the Devil card, to me, this is screaming a toxic relationship. And it's one that is karmic. So a karmic toxic relationship. Now, a lot of times there can be a tendency to stay in a relationship like this out of fear. Fear is an illusion. False evidence appearing real. Fear. Take a look. See this guy? He is in this golden bird cage. The door is wide open, but he's got his head down. He's like so scared of that evil devil that he refuses to even pull his head up and look. He could crawl right out of that cage at any given moment, and you can too. So, is there a relationship in your life that is toxic? For some of you, this could be a romantic relationship, a marriage. For some of you, this could even be a friendship that could be karmic, and maybe it's become extremely toxic. Now here we also see addictions. The number one addiction that we see come up with the Devil card is sex, because the Devil card is a very highly sexualized card. But an addiction of any sorts can come up under the Devil card. So some of you could be struggling with addictions. Some of you could be in this karmic toxic relationship, whether it's romantic or platonic. Some of you could even be obsessing. This could be obsessing over a particular situation. This could be about a relationship, could be about a job, could be about a friendship. This could be many different things, but obsession generally is not going to work out in the end for us. So the best thing I can advise is, if we're going to obsess over anything, let it be with us being successful mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, psychologically. Let's be successful in every way that counts. Money's great, but we can't take it with us. But there is nothing wrong with wanting to focus on financial success. But I'm feeling that for those of you that are stuck in this situation, I think the Devil's very significant here. But the Wheel of Fortune is saying you're not going to be stuck for long. You won't be stuck for long. So circumstances will work out for us. Things are going to come together to help release us from that energy. So if you're trying to kick an addiction, and this addiction could be many different things. It could be to a substance. It could be to, alcohol. It could be to sex. It could be to eating, shopping. It could be an addiction to fear. It could be an addiction to tarot readings. Who knows, So, but whatever it may be, the Wheel of Fortune is coming in and saying, hey, don't worry. You're going to be able to get out of this addiction or whatever this situation is for you. Things are going to work in your favor. Circumstances will come together to help you to be released from that situation. But it really comes down to your choice. Are you going to allow yourself to be released from this situation, or are you going to stay stuck in it? For most of you, I feel that you're going to be like, yes, let me get out. But I feel there'll be a few of you that stick around, and I just would like to say, honor yourself more, love yourself more, have self-worth and self-love, and there's nothing wrong with loving yourself, because if you don't love yourself, how can we love anybody else? There's a huge difference between self-love and conceit, So it's not bad to love yourself. You have to love yourself. I mean, who else is going to do it for you? Because, we got to be able to take care of ourselves. We have to love ourselves enough to know, okay, I'm not going to tolerate this, and okay, I deserve this, And I'm not going to tolerate that. Okay, sorry. That got deep for a moment. Also, I feel that for some of you, there could be some sort of communication issues. For some of you, maybe you're not communicating, maybe by choice. Maybe you feel it's not going to do any good. For some of you, maybe you fear communicating. Maybe you feel like it won't be received well. Some of you, this could be about a communication block. Maybe some of you could be experiencing an issue where you don't know how to communicate what you need to communicate. But ultimately, I believe there would be more fear behind that. Okay. Moving forward again. Okay, so this would be the attitude. So we have the Page of Cups. So this is a very positive card. This is definitely a card where we are focused on our emotions. We're focused on love. We're focused on even our imagination. Sometimes this can be a card, of indicating our psychic abilities. They could be emerging for some of you. Some of you already are fully in touch with your psychic abilities. Now, perhaps maybe some of you could be focused on romance. Perhaps some of you could be focusing on, your friends or your family. Maybe you're trying to be loving and encouraging. Maybe you're trying to help someone out. Maybe some of you are focused on romance and you're just simply focused on the joy and the happiness that could come with romance. But overall, this is a card of knowing that things are going to change for the better, and you're embracing that with an open heart. So, yes, that's what I want to see. Okay, so this is how other people see you. So sometimes this can definitely help give us a clue on, especially if this happens to be a relationship for some of you, this could give you a clue on how the other person could be feeling. Or it could just be in general how people look at you and view you. So, with the Knight of Cups in the reverse position, this is definitely one of those cards that can indicate that there could be some very turbulent times that are happening within a romantic relationship. Or it could even be, a close relationship. There could be some turbulent things going on that are just making things very hard. But I feel these cards are very closely linked here, okay? Now, sometimes this can indicate that there could have been a invitation or a proposal of some sort. And sometimes this can indicate that, it may end up being postponed. Now, ultimately, this can indicate a fear of commitment. Sometimes that can be due to being hurt in the past. And, sometimes we can have a really hard time opening our heart and completely trusting someone, letting them in. And sometimes it can be much deeper than that. It's going to be different for all of us. So there can be a fear of commitment here. Now, sometimes there can be an issue where maybe we might be dealing with some overworked emotions. Maybe our imagination could be in overdrive. So there could be a certain person that's looking at you this way, or it could even be a group of people. And sometimes this can indicate someone who is being hesitant and maybe not necessarily telling the whole entire truth about what you feel. Maybe about a certain person, maybe about a certain situation. Maybe you fear if you tell how you truly feel that maybe the other person will be hurt. But ultimately, we have to tell the truth because we have to be truthful to ourselves. We have to honor ourselves as well. And while the truth can hurt others and ourselves, we need to be truthful. We don't want to lead people on. And we don't want to make a situation worse than it has to be. My personal motto, coming from myself with a Scorpio moon, my motto is give me truth, give me honesty, or give me death. Plain and simple. Give me truth and honesty, or give me death. And I feel that, Scorpios, you guys will understand that. Because if you're going to keep something from me, I don't want to have to find out from a third party. That's going to hurt so much worse. I would rather hear the truth and have it hurt a little, as opposed to finding out later on, say through a third party, or, someone accidentally slipping up and saying it, that hurts worse. So I'd rather take the cold hard truth. Again, not everybody is like that. So, maybe there's someone in your life that you're trying to be protective of, even though you feel a certain way. Maybe you feel like you can't say how you really feel because maybe you feel like you might really, really hurt them. But you've got to be truthful with yourself, and you don't want to keep a situation going if you're not truly invested or truly happy in the situation. And sometimes if we speak up, sometimes certain issues can be solved. Because I'm feeling there is definitely a block of communication. The further I get into this reading, the more I see that a lot of you are having some sort of block in communication. Whether the block is there by your choice or whether it's there subconsciously, unconsciously, whatever it may be. For some of you, it's there by choice. And for some of you, it's not by choice. Okay, moving forward. Okay, now, these two together, wow. So this is our hopes and our fears, and sometimes this can give us a bit of a glimpse into the subconscious. So we have the High Priestess in the reverse position, so yeah, it's definitely not the best position. We always want to have her upright. But in the reverse position, this can indicate that we could be potentially, for some of you, you could be worried about a situation being manipulated. For some of you, you could be worried about psychic manipulation. Some of you could be the ones that could be potentially psychically manipulating a situation. So, we can fall on either side of this. Now, for some of you, you might be looking at it from a point of view, there could be a situation that's taking place in your life where there is some sort of mystery around something. It's like, something is going on, there is more than meets the eye to a certain situation in your life. And this could very much indicate, you know, deceit. So for some of you, you might be looking at a situation like, I need to piece this together. But we must always remember that the answers that we seek, we already have them. We just need to listen to our intuition. We need to quiet ourselves and go within and listen and be honest with ourselves. And don't be afraid to listen to that intuition. Also, some of you could be looking at this situation in the present as there's some sort of mystery. There's more than meets the eye about it. There's something up, something you need to figure out. Again, don't be afraid to listen to your intuition. Okay, so for the final outcome, we have the 8 of Coins. For clarifiers, we get the 9 of Coins and the Lover's card in the reverse position. So the 8 of Coins, to me, this is the card of practice makes perfect. This is where we do have a set of skills and abilities. And these skills that we have can actually bring us recognition. It can also bring us financial opportunities. So things would definitely be looking up financially. That is a fact. That is for sure. That's good. This is also a card of saying, you know, continue fine-tuning your skills. You know, so keep using them, keep improving, because we're so close to mastering that set of skills. Now, we have the 9 of Coins, so this is definitely a card of financial independence, financial self-sufficiency. A lot of times this is someone who is single. Doesn't have to be, but a lot of times this is someone who is single. But this is very much a card of our finances and investments. So thankfully it's in the upright position. So this is all good news. This could be, would you look at that? How did that fly get in here? Excuse me. Okay, sorry about that. Hopefully that nasty thing stays away. Tried swatting at it. And now he's hiding, of course. So, guess we shall see. Maybe it's a sign. Maybe someone in your life is being pesky. Maybe someone's going to try to come to you for money. Possibility. Okay. But yes, it definitely looks like finances are going to be improving greatly. So if you've been perhaps maybe struggling with finances or trying to get something, you know, like a financial endeavor moving the right way, it looks like things are definitely going to work in your favor. Now, the last card here is the Lover's card in the reverse position. So for some of you, this could be about a romantic relationship or marriage. For some of you, this could be about a platonic relationship. You know, it could be a friendship, could even be a relationship with a family member or even a friend. Now, with the Lover's card in reverse, it definitely indicates that there is a relationship that is out of balance. It doesn't mean that it's necessarily stuck that way, but both parties have to be willing to work on things. Now, for the majority of you guys, I'm feeling that this card is indicating that we need to make sure that we make the right decisions for where we are right now. We need to make sure we make the right decision when it comes to our jobs, our set of skills. We need to make sure that we invest them in the right places. But no matter what, just make sure that you make the decision that is right for you ultimately. And for some of you who could be in a troubled relationship, you know, maybe it could be the relationship that could very much be holding you back. But ultimately, if that is it, I feel that communication is the very thing that's going to be needed here. Because both parties have got to communicate openly and honestly in order to make things work. So that is very much a personal choice, something that you're going to have to decide if you want to make it work or not. Okay, so for the bottom of the deck, we have the King of Swords and the Eight of Swords. So, yeah. So the King of Swords is a man who deals with facts. He deals with cold, hard facts. Now, the Eight of Swords is feeling restricted, and the restriction is coming due to our fears. It's also where we're having a hard time making a decision due to fear. But we must always remember fear, false evidence appearing real. It's not real. And so this is where we need the King of Swords. The King of Swords is saying you need to use your intellect and your logic. Fear comes through our emotions, and then we can make it worse when we allow our imagination to be overworked, okay? So fear is more emotion-based. It can then lead into mental-based, but it starts within the emotions, especially with Scorpio. But the King of Swords is saying, no, we need to embrace our intellect, our logic. We need to analyze our situations. Analyze, judge the situation. There is no need to be stuck in this ball of fear. And if you're stuck, it's because you've allowed yourself to be stuck. Now, this is only going to resonate with a very few of you. That's it. But when I see these two cards together, this could indicate that someone could be going to prison or already in prison or jail. The King of Swords can very much be the judge, and the swords representing the prison bars. Now that is not at all supposed to resonate with all of you, but the right people will get that message. Now for the rest of you, this is about fear. And the King of Swords wants you to look at this situation with your intellect. Do not allow your emotions to overwork your imagination, because that will just make things worse. What we need to do is we need to look at things logically. We need to have our reasoning ability. We need to weigh the pros and the cons. We need to analyze the situation. Maybe some of us need to break out and do some research on a particular situation or person or whatever it may be. But the King of Swords is going to favor logic and intellect and analyzing and judging over fear. Fear keeps us in the same spot, producing no results or bad results. We don't want to make decisions out of fear. And the King of Swords has a decision to make. But do not make that decision out of fear. Have faith, because it's all going to work out. Okay, so since this is Scorpio season, you guys get the Akashic Tarot, which I will be reading from the guidebook because I do not have these cards memorized. Don't really work with them that often, but I do like them. So, okay, so for your first card, you have the Six of Forces. This is called the Waterfall. Okay. A towering waterfall roars down into a beautiful body of water. This card reminds you of your incredible personal power and supports you in opening up to the force within. Know that you're a dynamo in the universe, and you have the ability to shape any situation in a way that honors you and moves your life forward. The element of water is fluid, like the waterfall. Your personal energy never stops. Your life force is never ending. It springs from your eternal past and roars into your limitless future, extending into the farthest reaches of the universe. It is a time of deep thought and even deeper emotions, as well as expansion of psychic energy. Use this time to act on these and tap your personal power that is ever flowing. So that's very positive to start. Okay, so the next one is the Eight of Scrolls. Path unknown. If you see, she has a path before her that is absolutely clear. And then she has a path to the right of her and to the left of her. Okay. Okay, the fork before her breaks into 3 separate paths. The middle is clear and bright, the left is much darker with more trees and growth, and the right is dappled by sunlight with a few shadows falling here and there across it. This card reveals that you've been traveling on a path that's known to you, and it shows you the way to the expected outcomes. But there are 2 other paths that aren't as clear. Remember, if you stay with only the known and the seemingly safe, you won't catch the unseen opportunities that can come your way. Some options may be unexpected and perhaps a little risky. Don't be so attached to your agenda that you miss them. Happily, during this phase, you can investigate unknown paths and make the decisions that lay before you with confidence. You are flexible and brave enough to step into the shadows. Stay alert. Extraordinary opportunities abound in the least expected places. Well, that's beautiful. And well, Scorpio, we're definitely well versed with the shadows and the shadow side. So Okay, so the next one is the Archangel Gabriel in the reverse position. Gabriel appearing reversed indicates that you may be having a difficult time where communication is concerned. You're not speaking out for yourself or filling your own mind with negative words. This could be a life lesson for you, something you've needed to change for a long time. Gabriel is a powerful force that can bring divine love and courage to your expression, and his help is yours for the asking. It's up to you to reach out to this wonderful angel who is always available and willing to help. Let his peaceful yet powerful presence fill you with courage now. This angel has been a friend to your soul throughout the history of the Akashic Records. This time of confusion or disruption in communication is a perfect opportunity to reawaken yourself to that profound friendship and to your worthiness and power to express yourself and speak your truth. So figure out what you need to say. Meditate on Gabriel's loving presence and start to get comfortable hearing your own positive and powerful voice. It's time to speak up and not shut up. Now, I'm going to say that is a very, very powerful message because I have mentioned it umpteen times now that I feel there is a communication block for some of you. And that card definitely just touched on it, for sure. Okay, so the next card is called Two of Scrolls, Two Worlds, in the reverse position. The reversal of this card is one of great release. Money and the personal world are present, but they no longer have to drive you. You have an opportunity now to act on your highest ideals and convictions. You may have been torn between two worlds or even light and dark, but now you've discovered a greater sense of your truth. The rock-solid mountain of your spiritual reality is now the history from which you draw your power. Once you were worried that striving for your spiritual goals would put your personal or financial life at some risk, but now you have determined how to take steps, even little ones, to integrate the two. Your divine soul is the driving force of your life, and you can design your future and manifest all you desire through it. That's absolutely beautiful. And the final card, we have Uriel and the Sphinx. So you guys have definitely gotten two archangels, Gabriel and Uriel. Okay. The Archangel Uriel stands before the Sphinx under a full moon. The Sphinx is usually shown with the body of a lion, indicating strength, and the head of a king, showing authority and intelligence. But more than this, the Sphinx represents enigmatic and inscrutable, the silent holder of truth and the ancient mysteries of the world. Here, the Archangel Uriel connects and confers with this great source of mystery. This card shows that it's time for you to do the most important and possibly the most difficult work in your life, the digging and inner discovery that takes you to your deepest self. and your deepest power. Even the great Sphinx had to be dug out many times from the blowing desert sands that buried it up to its neck, and you must dig diligently too. You may have to chip away at a rock-like substance of your old beliefs and histories so that you can get to the truth inside. But don't worry, you have begun already. There's also someone here to help you, Uriel, whose name means fire of God. You can work directly in your meditations with this archangel for self-understanding, transformation, and guidance. Also, be on the lookout for someone in your daily life whom Uriel has sent. This could be a teacher, a mentor, or even a new friend who shares a kinship with you about this inner quest. It is a relationship of great value that comes in a time of profound power. Don't diminish the importance of this phase. It is this work that leads you to your initiation and to your higher power. Well, that sounds beautiful. And this is very much true, and it's something that we are not a stranger to by any means. We're always having to dig and do that introspection. But it seems like it's definitely time to dig a little deeper, but ultimately this is so that we can fully grasp our personal power, and once we do that, we can literally manifest whatever we want, whatever we desire. But things are definitely looking up, Scorpio, so I'm glad this turned out positive. I know it's a little bumpy, but you know, things definitely turn out positive. Okay. I hope you guys enjoyed. I love you guys, and I'm sending you blessings of healing, prosperity, and love.